Good morning. Welcome to Morning Moments. I am so glad you took the time this morning to join us, and whatever platform you're watching this out of today, I have a special guest that is a singer, songwriter, producer, radio host, TV host, and I'm sure she does a lot more things than that. And Bev McCann, welcome to Morning Moments.
Thank you very much, Andy. It's an honor to be with you today, and with everyone watching. Thank you. We're blessed to be here today.
Tell me, what do you do and why do you do it?
All right, and all of this in 10 minutes, right?
Right.
Okay, 10 minutes. Okay. Well, let's just start here. Okay, I do what I do because it's a calling in my heart and my life that God laid upon my heart many years ago. But I remember when I was 8 years old, sitting at the piano, picking at the keys, trying to write a song, trying to play something that, I could, like, I wrote a song, but it's not all that easy. But anyway, I didn't realize when I had asked the Lord as a child, I thought, oh, that would be so fun. And as I grew, and I grew up in the church, and had fabulous mom and dad, and fabulous church family. And as I grew, I ended up working in the kids department, in CPs and youth and children's ministries. And so my heart's always been some fashion serving the Lord. But I see now, as I look back in my life, that he's groomed me for where I'm at today and what I'm doing. And I remember when I started doing worship at the church, that was like the joy of my life. I totally loved doing worship. Not that I didn't love working with the kids, because I did, and I loved doing the youth. I loved doing all of that. But man, when I hit the singing and worshiping and doing all of that, that was just something that just opened up in my heart. And I thought, wow, I could do this all the time. And I remember as a teenager, I would think, as groups would come in our church and stuff, I thought, oh, that would be fun to travel on a bus and go across the nation and sing. And I do that now. And sometimes after a couple of weeks or 3 weeks on the road, I'm thinking, yeah, okay, I'm ready to go home and get in my own bed. So you have to be careful what you wish for, but or pray for. But God has blessed, and we have so much fun on the road, and we have so much fun sharing the love of God. And I have a scripture that the Lord gave me back, oh my gosh, 30 some years ago, when I first started the ministry of Bev McCann and Friends, or Bev McCann Ministries. And it says in Psalms 86, it says, teach me thy ways, O Lord, that I will walk in your truth. Unite my heart to fear thy name. And I will praise thee, O Lord, my God, and with all my heart. And I will glorify thy name forevermore. For great is thy mercy toward me, and thou hast delivered my soul from the lowest hell. And sometimes we don't like to think about all of that, but man, when you are going through the hardest times of your life, and I have don't think that Bev hasn't gone through anything, because Bev has gone through a whole lot of stuff. But it's a choice of what you do to do that. Why do I sing? Why do I do what I do? Why do I minister through She Will? Why do I get on that bus and go sing across the nations? Why did I agree to help out with a TV network and take on the network? And why do I, do all the things that I do? I do that because it's in my heart. It's part of me. It's what God has put in my heart to do, to share his gospel in all the ways.
Something you said really hit me. You were doing other things when you felt that you found what God wanted you to do. And I think so often people will sit in church and say, well, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, so I'm just waiting here.
Right. You can't do that.
No.
I mean, it's just like, because all of those things prepared to do the things that I'm doing now,
right.
Speaking to the kids and ministering to their hearts and lives. And I mean, we minister while on the road. We minister to adults as well as kids. And it's amazing. Sometimes the kids come up and it's just so precious, and they just love you, and they're so grateful that they feel that love. And we have to be able to share that love with kids as well as older people.
I call it transferable knowledge. It's amazing. If you were in God's will today, he's preparing you for tomorrow.
Yes.
And a combination of all the things that we have done in our life, as we sit back and something happens, we pull off of those experiences.
Right. Oh, yes.
We would have never had them if we weren't available just to
No.
serve.
Right. I mean, like when we first started doing TV back in Music City show, I learned so much, and it prepared me to do what we're doing today with Family Friendly, and with the Nashville Corner, and with the Nashville Beat. I've always dreamed about doing a talk show, about interviewing and finding out what makes you click, what makes it work for you, how do you do this and still serve the Lord? What is making all of this work for you? Of course, we know the answer, and it's God. We know Jesus is the answer. But sometimes it's interesting to hear the story of how they came around to realizing that is the main component, and why they're doing what they're doing, and how they're doing it, and how they reach people. They may be singing country music, but their hearts are before the Lord, and they can witness to people singing a positive country song or any different direction. So it's really interesting to me, the way God has put everything together. And now we've got this network that's blossoming like nobody's business. And I'm like, okay, God, I couldn't do it without my team. Oh my gosh. The team God's put together over the last couple of years, he knew what he was doing. I didn't know why in the world I needed all these people around, because I didn't know we were going to be where we're at today. But God has got such a fabulous team surrounding Jim and I in the network, and with everything that we're doing. It blows my mind sometimes. I just have to pinch myself and say, wow, is this really my life now? But doing TV and doing all these things is just so fun. And yet, and radio, Heaven's Country. When Marty asked me to do Heaven's Country, I don't know, 9 years ago, I think it was, I was like, or 7, something like that. I said, yeah, I did that a few years ago. I could probably do that again. It's been about 15 years since I did that, but sure, why not, And so that has turned out to where we reach people all over the world. Mm-hmm. And that kind of geared me up ready for the Nashville Corner and the Nashville Beat and so on. So if you step back and you start doing what God opens the door to do, and you step into that, teach me your ways, O Lord, that I will follow you.
Yeah.
Teach me, Lord, that I will hear your voice, that I will know you. So that's really why I do what I do.
And when I've discovered too, that when we truly grow is when we truly surrender. And until we surrendered, it's all about us trying to force it.
Yes.
But when I say, I give up, God, it's all yours, he says, that's what I've been waiting to hear all along.
Just took you 20 years.
I'm waiting for you to surrender. When surrender is your reasonable service, you can expect great things from God.
Yes.
It's my reasonable service just to surrender to you. I die daily. That's what we need to start off every morning. Okay, yeah. I'm dying to self today for you.
It's not what I want to do, Lord, but okay. No, but it actually becomes what you want and who you are, and your desires become the Lord's desires, and that's how all of that. We always, people would try and analyze it, like, well, what are we going to do here? How's this going to work? Yeah. Don't ask me how this is working, because I can't tell you. All I know is that I said, okay, Lord, I'm not going to run anymore. I won't hide. I won't draw back. I'm letting go, and here we go, and so we are full speed ahead.
I often say that if God would have showed Moses everything that was going to happen to him in the desert, he would have never left that burning bush. He would have stayed right there.
He would have said, you can burn on. I'm not going anywhere.
You're not going. But God says, just follow me. And I'm along, as long as I'm following you, Lord, I'm going to come along for the ride. And I'm excited what you got for us.
That's exactly right.
I'm going to put down below in the comment section, depending on how you're looking at this and what venue you're actually watching this in. If you go to my Facebook or if you go to my YouTube, you'll see the links that you could get a hold of where Bev's her links of her ministry and the different things that she's doing. I'm going to put all that down below so that you could follow her. More important than that, after this interview is over, I want you to take the time and pray for Bev and pray that God would just continue to bless her. My dad often said, I need the prayer and you need the practice. Well, that's
I like that. And I do need the prayer. Let me tell you.
Yes. So pray, please pray for her that God would richly bless her in all that she does. Bev, thank you so much for being my guest today.
So welcome. And thank you for asking. And God bless all your watchers.
Thank you. And thank you for joining us. And I want to ask you to keep on coming back, and may God richly bless you.